Okay, so earlier today we got the final official trailer for The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, and to be honest, this was earlier than expected. It's because 2 weeks ago we got the first official trailer, and now it's the final official trailer. I was actually expecting this thing to come out like around like a week before the actual show came out, but you know, they actually chose like a full month before the show. So in today's video, I'll just be breaking down the trailer and just giving my thoughts about it. So please stay tuned. And now, before we actually get into the video, I'd like to ask you all to like, share, and subscribe. And again, thank you guys so much for the growth. Thank you guys so much for the support. I really appreciate it. And we have a goal in mind for 5,000 subscribers. So if you guys want to be part of that journey to 5,000 subscribers, please like, share, subscribe, and enjoy the video. Thank you. Alright, so the trailer starts off with like a moment in the show that we've seen so many times in the teasers and also the previous trailer, where Rick is basically working as a CRM worker, and they're luring in walkers. And you know, this is a completely new scene where we see Rick in like a helmet and he's getting ready for this mission. But the next shot we see is that a bunch of CRM workers and including Rick are actually luring in the walkers, and this kind of reminds me of like the prison and just a bunch of other stuff in The Walking Dead where they actually do lure in walkers that are outside the walls to clear out the area in a safe way. And like, you know, this looks like a daily routine, right? You know, this looks like just like a mundane job for Rick and the rest of the soldiers, and we of course, like, we did see a teaser of this before, so you know, there's really not much to talk about it. But you know, the interesting thing is that it gets pretty out of hand, like we did see in the other teasers where Rick is just wailing on these walkers and he's covered in blood and also his helmet is off. So like, you know, let's just see how the scene plays out, because something might actually go wrong. And then we do get a new shot and an extended look at this scene right here at the end of season 11, and also we did see it in the previous trailer as well, where Michonne is alone against a horde of walkers, and we do see that, like, you know, fire is around that area. So in the previous trailer, whatever Michonne shot, like a harpoon type thing or like a grenade launcher, it does look like that she was able to clear out a little bit of walkers, but that attracted way more walkers, and it's just Michonne alone against a horde of walkers. And we did not see a horde this big since like the Skin arc. So like, you know, I really want to see how this scene plays out because it's really exciting. And then we do get this nice shot of Philadelphia. It looks like Dying Light 2, right? With the greenery and all of that, and just the huge city, and it just looks beautiful, right? It looks like that the budget of this, they did not even hesitate with it, right? You know, they're using all the money they have. They're using all of that $82 million. And, you know, we could see by the scenery and the cinematography that they're doing a really great job with this show. And, you know, this is the best looking thing to come out the Walking Dead franchise in general. And then we get this very interesting shot of Rick looking up at a CRM helicopter, and you know, this is an extended scene of one of the scenes we did see where Rick does look back covered in blood. So this could be like right after that mission where he's just wailing on the walkers when they're luring them in, or you know, this is another theory I have, and this is one of the attempts that Rick actually makes to leave, right? You know, this is one of his escape attempts, and he sees a helicopter coming, like, you know, down and finding him, and he's like, oh shoot, okay, yeah, you know, now this is it, I'm going back. This could definitely be one of his attempts to actually leave. And then we get a very interesting monologue from Rick saying that I have to keep trying, I won't stop. And also we do get this shot right here, a brand new shot of Rick Grimes in a room, and this could potentially be connected to that teaser we did get of that mysterious figure unlocking the room, and it could turn out being Rick Grimes, and that's only because he's wearing a black coat or of some sort, or he's wearing some sort of black clothing, which does prove the theory that Rick could potentially be a CRM soldier. And of course, just him wearing black doesn't really mean anything, but he's in a nice room, and the door does look like the same color as like the teaser. So you know, that like this could be the moment where Rick is either talking to Michonne, right? You know, probably the CRM captured Michonne, and this scene right here, Rick is talking to Michonne. This is the scene that they reunited, and he turns out being like a CRM soldier and a high-ranking person, and he just explains everything that's been going on these past few years while he was gone. And also we do hear Rick saying, I'm getting there, I'm getting home. So, you know, this could definitely be just Rick talking in his journal, right? He's writing everything down, or he's just talking to himself, and it's just like we're hearing this line from one of his attempts of leaving. And the interesting thing here is that this shot right here we did see in one of the previous trailers as well, and like, you know, I didn't pay much attention to it. I didn't even talk about it because like I thought, oh yeah, you know, Rick made this sketch. But also, it's very likely that Michonne made this sketch of herself and Rick finds it, right? You know, this is their way of communicating. And then this is where Rick finds out that, yeah, you know, Michonne is coming for me and Michonne is going to come and actually rescue me from the CRM. So this sketch right here could be Michonne's sketch of herself. And then we do get an extended look and, you know, just more dialogue of Major General Beale and Rick talking. And here, Rick does question Major General Beale and he does ask him, why do you think I'm going to be going along with all of this? And Major General Beale replies with, everything is going to change. And to be honest, this is all but confirmation that Major General Beale and Rick, this conversation that they're having, this is the conversation where Major General Beale convinces Rick to join the CRM, and here it looks like that they're actually coming up with some sort of deal here, and Rick is trying to hear his side of it, and he's just asking him, why do you think I would be going along with your morals and the way that you run things? And Major General Beale, he probably makes a promise that, you know, we're about to, like, you know, save the world, and that's the whole like intention of the CRM, you know, like we all know that the CRM are the bad guys of the Walking Dead universe. They're the big bads, but like, you know, they are really trying to save the world, right? You know, they're really trying to find a cure, even though their methods are horrible, right? You know, they take out rival communities and rival militaries. But, you know, like, you have to see it in a different perspective that, you know, what the CRM are actually trying to do is to save the world. And I think that Major General Beale is going to exaggerate the truth, and he's just going to make the CRM look like, you know, this force that, you know, is all for good and they're really trying to save the world. And that's the moment where Rick actually does end up joining them. And then we do get a very interesting shot right here of the character Thorn, and she's a brand new character. And in the previous trailer, we did see her as a CRM worker, like how Rick is, right? You know, like she's wearing like with the jacket and also like, you know, the orange symbol. And then in this scene right here, we see her as a full-on CRM soldier. And in the previous trailer, she did say that Rick showed her that she can't escape. And it looks like that she does make a decision to actually join the CRM because she failed so many times to escape and she cannot escape. Like, you know, she fully gave up and she's like, I might as well join them. And I think that she's going to be the one that's going to be trying to convince Rick as well. You know, let's just see. But by the looks of it, I think Rick is going to be joining in the same way because he will know that there's no way to escape, so I might as well join them. And then we get this new shot of Michonne and the rest of her new group that we did see at the end of Michonne's last episode in season 10. And like I think personally, because like in the last trailer we did get a scene where the CRM are throwing like toxic gas. Even in this trailer we did get that scene as well, and Michonne is telling all of them to scatter. So it looks like that they're very close to the CRM base, and then the CRM is just trying to keep them out, or they're in the middle of some sort of war against another community, right? Like the CRM are like trying to wipe out another community, and Michonne and the rest of her group just happen to be there. So I personally think that this shot right here and this scene right here, like, we're going to be seeing a lot of deaths. And I think that Michonne's whole group is going to die here because we did see quite a bit of them, actually most of them, getting caught in that toxic gas. So, like, you know, let's just see. But I do think that we're going to be seeing a lot of deaths in this scene specifically. And then we get a very nice shot of Philadelphia again, and the interesting thing here is that there are windmills, and the buildings you can see at the bottom, right, you know, like the houses and stuff, that is a new community. So it looks like that this community is actually inhabiting Philadelphia, and this is the exact scene, like the exact place where Michonne and her new group are, and where the CRM are actually throwing the toxic gas. So, you know, this could very well be just the CRM trying to, like, wipe out this community. And there could be some rogue CRM soldiers in here because, like, as we saw in the previous trailer, there was a scene where, like, a CRM helicopter is actually shooting down another CRM helicopter, right? You know, and it looks like that there are rogue CRM soldiers in here, or some sort of CRM, like, civil war or something like that. And then we get the shot of Jadis right here, and she is talking to somebody, and she's trying to convince somebody that the CRM are good, because she's saying that we're the last light of the world, and you have to understand that. So, you know, a lot of people may think that she's talking to Rick, but I disagree, and that's because of her haircut. This is her world beyond haircut, so meaning that this is close to the present. If not, this is the present. And also earlier on in the show's, like, you know, production process, we did see Jadis with long hair talking to Rick when he's wearing like the CRM jacket, the one where the ones that the workers wear. And of course, like, you know, that is in the past, and this is present Jadis with the shorter hair. So she's not talking to Rick here, because probably at this point Rick is already with the CRM as a soldier. So I think she's talking to Michonne here, and there is a scene later on in this trailer which I will talk about. But, you know, like, I think she does get a hold of Michonne, and they do end up fighting. And then Jadis ends up winning, brings her back to the CRM, and this weirdly looks like the room that Rick was in when, like, you know, in the previous scene where he's wearing, like, the black clothing. So this could very well be Jadis talking to Michonne, and also Rick is there with them as well. And then we get the shot right here of CRM helicopters actually bombing Philadelphia, and I believe this is Philadelphia. Like, why would it not be? Because the whole show is taking place in Philadelphia. And the interesting thing here is that a lot of people are saying that this is in the past, so when the apocalypse started. This could be that case, right? This could be a callback to season 1 where Atlanta was getting bombed by the military, and this is still earlier on in the apocalypse where, like, you know, not early enough that the CRM weren't a thing, but, you know, it's late enough that where the CRM are a thing and they just end up bombing Philadelphia and clearing it out. Or this could be like the CRM, like, actually wiping out the community that's in Philadelphia that we did see earlier, like, you know, the ones that they were gassing. I think that that is much more possible because it's at the dead of night and they're just bombing them unexpectedly, which is a very CRM thing to do. We did see them do that type of stuff in World Beyond. So let's just see where this goes. But, like, you know, personally, I think that this is still in present day and this is not the past. And then we get the shot of Michonne right here, and she is talking to somebody, and she's saying that this is not the answer, this must end. She could be talking to Jadis over here, right? You know, and, like, you know, maybe Michonne is imprisoned at the CRM for quite a while, where she talks to Jadis like how Negan and Rick had their talks in, like, the jail cell in Alexandria, and then Michonne tries to reach out to Jadis and tries to, like, you know, convince her that, you know, like, what the CRM are doing are wrong, and maybe, like, Jadis actually does get convinced by Michonne's words, and that's because of their history together, and also Michonne and the rest of the group did take Jadis in after all she did during the Savior arc. So probably Jadis, like, ends up changing her mind, and she's the one to lead a potential CRM civil war on the good side. And then we have the shot right here of Rick going crazy in his room, and we did see this room so many times, you know, like where Jadis is talking, where, like, you know, just a lot of scenes we did see this room, and it does look like that this is one of the rooms that, you know, they keep either CRM workers or just low-ranking people in the CRM community. And again, we do see, like, Rick throwing around some furniture, and the interesting thing here is that Rick is throwing the furniture with one hand, and they're not showing the left hand, right? You know, like, he throws it in a very weird way also, where, like, you know, it by purposely, like, you know, doesn't show even, like, a small glimpse of his left hand. So again, this could be after Rick cuts off his hand, potentially, right? You know, again, that's a rumor. But yeah, like, you know, I think that this is where we do get a glimpse at Red Machete Rick coming back. And then we do hear Rick again, like, you know, he's actually yelling during the scene, and he's yelling to somebody. I don't know if he's yelling just by himself, or he's yelling to Jadis or Major General Beale, but he's saying that this isn't everything. You don't get to choose for the world, you don't get to choose for me. And of course, this is just showing how fed up Rick is, right? You know, like, and just the amount of stuff he's went through in the CRM, and he feels like they're just controlling his life. And, you know, this is, of course, the thing that could drive Rick to go back to his Red Machete phase. And in my opinion, I think he's talking to Major General Beale in the scene, or even Jadis, but let's just see. city. And also, one more thing I want to point out about this scene specifically is that Rick is actually walking around. It looks like that this is like some sort of like, lower ranking place for people that are like, workers for the CRM, or just low ranking individuals in general for the CRM. And again, you can see the windmills, and like just like that previous scene when they showed like the big shot of Philadelphia. So I could totally be wrong, right? That this could just be another CRM branch of some sorts where they keep like the lower ranking people, because this is in the city, right? You're seeing buildings and stuff like that. So I'm assuming that this is the city. This is Philadelphia itself, and they're basically just putting like lower ranking people and workers in like danger. Also, one more thing I want to point out that I did not point out before. The windmills are to power the electricity in the area, right? So the CRM could have a lot of resources with like just windmill electricity, like windmill power, and also they could have like solar panels as well, which could actually explain like the immense amount of like electricity and power they have to actually power up a whole community of that size. And we actually get another shot and more dialogue from Thorne, and yeah, I know this does prove that she is a CRM soldier, and she's talking to somebody, but we don't know who it is. It's probably Rick she's talking to, and she says, "This is all I have left, and this is all you have left too." So she's probably talking to Rick here that, like, you might as well join the CRM because this is all we have left now, right? There's no going back from it, so you might as well join us. And then we get this shot right here of Jadis, and she is basically ramming her car into a pickup truck, and the pickup truck is actually tailing behind her, and it looks like that these two really want to kill each other. And this is the scene that I'm talking about right here. Jadis has shorter hair, and we do see that the person in that pickup truck is Michonne. So probably like Michonne and Jadis do end up crossing paths, and she explains about Rick that like, oh yeah, I have Rick, and he's in the CRM and he's as a worker or he's as a soldier. Then Michonne tries killing Jadis, or she threatens to kill her if she doesn't take her in the CRM base. And of course, Jadis, we did see so far in World Beyond, and also what we've seen in this trailer, that Jadis is really, really loyal to the CRM. So I think that she would fight tooth and nail to actually kill Michonne, but Michonne actually does get a hold of her. But Jadis, like, probably takes Michonne back to the CRM base. It's because, like, again, like the scene we did see before, Jadis with shorter hair, and she's talking to somebody, which is most likely Michonne. And then we do get a slight extended scene right here of Rick killing a walker at nighttime. And this, we've seen this in so many teasers and so many trailers before for this show, but this is a better look at it. And the reason why I'm pointing this out is because, like, one, it doesn't look like that Rick has a hand right there, and I just wanted to point that out right away because of the rumor and just the sheer evidence behind this theory that Rick is going to be losing a hand. But also, when Rick is actually striking the walker, you could see like a wire actually like going up attached to his hand. So we did see this in behind the scenes pictures, right? Like the prisoners or like the workers are actually like tied with like a sort of wire, like an unbreakable wire by the CRM soldiers. So this could be where like Rick ends up cutting off his own hand afterwards. But like the way that he's striking the walker and the way that he's actually moving, it does look like that his hand is already off. But with that wire dangling, it could go either way, right? This could be where Rick still has his hand, and then moments later he cuts off his hand. And then this trailer closes off with Rick and Michonne actually talking. Rick says that this is a broken world, Michonne, but we could do anything, and then Michonne says together. And me personally, like, it's really nice that, at the very final trailer at the end, they actually did show, or at least give us something of Rick and Michonne's reunion together, and this is potential dialogue that these two have when they finally do reunite. And that's the end of the trailer. And personally, my final thoughts are that this trailer was really, really good. Like, it sets up the hype, even though that they used like the same scenes over and over and over again from other trailers. It's very nice to see more footage and just more dialogue for the show, more Rick, right? That was one complaint I had for the last trailer as well, that they didn't show enough Rick. And they did show a good amount of Rick in this trailer, which I'm really happy about. And the show is coming out in a full month, and I do expect more teasers here and there, maybe not another full trailer because this is the final official trailer. We could get some teasers here and there, like how we have been getting for the past couple of weeks. But yeah, that's it for today's video. I'd like to ask you all to like, share, and subscribe. And again, thank you guys so much for the growth. Thank you guys so much for the support. I really appreciate it. And I'm really sorry that I did not upload this video sooner, right? You know, like I did see the trailer actually be uploaded, right? You know, it did say like 5 minutes ago when I saw this trailer, but I wasn't at home and I wasn't able to record. So as soon as I got back home, I started recording right away. But yeah, you know, if you guys enjoyed the theories, if you guys enjoyed the videos, if you guys agreed with some of these theories, please leave a like on this video and also comment down your own theories for this show. But yeah, other than that, thank you guys so much for watching.